Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is KPZ, here on the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review. Got a top tier capture the base match for you today on Dos Hermanos, also known as Two Brothers. And we are in the Tier 7 Premium Russian Battleship, the Lenin. One of my favorite ships in the game. Is it overpowered? Probably. Is that why I love it? Who knows? All right, we're going to talk about the stats of the Lenin here in a minute because I've never done that in any other Lenin video. I do want to mention that what is not covered in the stats is the armor profile of the Lenin. Very strong bow armor profile, like a lot of Russian battleships. So a lot of times when you're facing the enemy, the best result you can get is to put your nose directly towards the enemy or at a very slight angle, and you will usually have good things happen when they shoot at you. All right, really quickly looking at the stats, courtesy of Wow's Builds. Torpedo reduction, 22%. These are all base values, mind you. Sigma, 1.70. High explosive shells, fire chance, 41%. Fires per minute, 1.80. And arming threshold of the armor-piercing shells, 67 millimeters. The overmatch is 28 millimeters. The damage record for the Lenin, 277,582. And the base XP record for the Lenin, at least on WoW's builds, 4294. All right. When we do the stat comparison, we're out of 29 ships again. I want to say I think I just did a video where there were 29 ships, so still waiting for our first enemy ship to pop up here at on Two Brothers. No aircraft carriers, one Akatsuki, and a couple, maybe more than a couple cruisers on the enemy team. That's okay. There is the ship that we're going to have to worry about, the Kansas, and we are spotted, presumably, by a destroyer. So we're going to take a little bit of an evasive maneuver, going to ask for spotting. You would think that since we have the destroyer on our team, but he is going up the middle. All right, so there is the Atlanta B. Any destroyer that starts the game on Two Brothers by going up the middle, I'm sorry, they are an idiot. It is acceptable to go up the middle, but only after the match has been going for a while. He's going to go up the middle, and I don't think he's really going to do anything. We're continuing to fire at the Atlanta B. The Atlanta is trying to fire spam me. So we're going to angle behind this little outcropping here. Not that it's really going to stop the Atlanta from being able to hit me or anything. And the Atlanta turned away, and that first salvo, just one hit. It does a little bit of damage, maybe a shatter, I guess. Massachusetts starting to come in here very strongly. So we're going to shoot one more salvo at the Atlanta. And again, don't do a whole bunch of damage. Front two turrets trying to line it up. The Atlanta's doing some movement here. And we'll see how that salvo does. Probably nothing. Alright, yeah, it didn't really do anything. This Brandenburg is taking an unusual tactic of letting 5 or 6 members of the enemy team shoot at him at the same time. I do not recommend doing what the Brandenburg captain is doing. Even though I know what he's thinking, got great secondaries, want to get in secondary range. But here, letting yourself be shot at by 5 different ships is not a way to increase your survivability in this game. Another salvo back at the Atlanta as we continue to retreat. And we do finish the Atlanta off for the first blood. Kill number 1 in the Lenin. Alright, Bismarck. I guess the Brandenburg was trying to torp run the Bismarck. Perhaps that will work. But on the other hand, I don't see any torpedoes. Blue torpedoes anyway. So we're going to shoot a little bit there at the Bismarck. And we get a couple of penetrations. The Brandenburg successfully dies without really accomplishing a whole lot. Although maybe he did kill one ship. Nope. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. The blue team did lose a ship. And someone killed it, and maybe it was the Brandenburg. Who knows? All right, looking here at the Bismarck, still giving us a relatively healthy profile. We will fire towards the bow plating and get one penetration and one shatter, I guess. That was and so we're immediately going to throw it in reverse. And we got A.L. Chapayev over here that's giving us a good angle, so we may engage one of these cruisers next time instead of the Bismarck, which isn't really giving us a good shot here. So, A.L. Chapayev, I really like that you're stationary in the water. And we'll send a couple salvos his way. There it is, folks. 3 hits to Citadel. Dev strike. Absolute deletion of A.L. Chapayev. And I congratulated my teammate on taking out the Bismarck. So we were holding the flank over here with a couple of ships helping us. And hey, we held the flank and repulsed the red team on this side of the map. Now there are a couple other ships over here, I'm imagining. We are going to have to kill them. I have killed 2 cruisers. Somebody else killed the Bismarck. Here's one of the remaining cruisers, a Prince Eugen, not giving us a great angle, so we don't really get a lot of hits to speak of there that do any kind of damage. But we're relatively healthy, and we're trying to spot some more of the enemy ships without putting our bow and a vulnerable profile out for them to shoot at. Although I say that, I am going full speed, and I am coming out from behind the island, so it is possible we're gonna get punched, but I'm gonna get the salvo off at the Eugen before I start my turn. All right, that again wasn't the most devastating hit of all time, but it did do some damage. We're up to 74,000 damage, and the return fire was largely mitigated by our turn. All right, while we're coming up here, it's a Prince Eugen and a Massachusetts. I'm going to dip back into the stats here. Out of 29 ships at the tier, hit points, Lenin, number 10, 63,200. Firing range, number 17, 17 kilometers. AP DPM, 364, pardon me, just ahead of the Bismarck and below the Roma. AADPS 279, again just behind the Roma. Max speed 28.5, just short, or tied with the Bismarcks and just short of the Vladivostok. So not especially incredible numbers there, but those numbers don't factor in your strongest thing, which is your armor profile and your turret arrangement. All right, speaking of turret arrangement, our turrets are out of time, so we're going to be shooting 1 turret at one ship and 1 turret at another ship, and we are on fire twice. But I think I'm going to manage to turn and dodge these torpedoes. We do put out the fires, and perhaps I will even wait for my reload, and clearly you can see I did not. This is one of the strong points of the Lenin. If you are not receiving all of the incoming fire, you can tank damage and support your team at the same time. So we're the lead ship. We are taking the Massachusetts. We're able to shoot at the Prince Eugen. The Prince Eugen is engaging another ship. It's able to shoot at will. But our 3rd cruiser kill of the game, Citadel hit, and the Prince Eugen becomes victim number 3. All right. Caracciolo over there, Kansas over there, Massachusetts up close and personal. Not gonna lie, folks, I think so far this is a really nice match in the Lenin. I am thinking about that Kraken on the outside of my brain. All right, we get set fire again by the secondaries, presumably, of the Massachusetts. I'm kind of expecting that in this match. Caracciolo not giving us a great angle. We do dodge some more torpedoes, which could be from the destroyer, but are probably not from the destroyer. Looking at the mini-map, I don't know where the destroyer is. Admittedly, I can't see the mini-map very well right now, so I don't know. Was trying to get up ahead to get that ship with no hit points and kill pinch him and put myself in line for that Kraken, but that is not going to happen. But I'm just using my bow armor here to bow tank the Massachusetts, and I'm aiming at the Caracciolo, and I think one of our teammates killed themselves to take out the ship with no health, and I'm sorry, I think that was a bad trade. All right, you can see now the enemy has a superior lead, So it is going to be up to me to take care of business here. We are moving in on the Massachusetts. We're shooting at the Caracciolo. We take the Caracciolo down to the very end. I'm hoping to get a reload, even with the turret knocked out, and be able to do a patented shoot at one ship and kill it, ram the other ship for the Kraken. I hate to say that it's not going to happen, although we are still going to have a really good game. All right, shooting into the mist at the Caracciolo, and I think we totally whiffed there. Turret gets knocked out again by the Massachusetts. They are clearly aiming for the turrets at this point. I'm not terrified about the Caracciolo. I can't really do anything about it. I do not want to expose my side to the Massachusetts for a ship I cannot see. So I'm not willing to do that. Anyway, can't get the Caracciolo on target in time, but I am going to ram the Massachusetts and take him out. And we both get a high caliber medal for our troubles. Unfortunately, I want to say the enemy ship in the cap takes out our teammate, and the match is soon going to end. And there it is. All right. Well, here we are, unfortunately, on the defeat screen. High caliber medal, devastating strike medal, first blood medal, 155,361 total damage, 4 kills and 4 hits to Citadel. We end up with 897,308 silver, 6,000 and change ship XP, 11,000 and change commander XP in the loss in the Tier 7 winter event ship, the Lenin. And hopefully it's never available for sale again. I'm sorry I hate to say it, but I do. 4 kills, top of the board. Unfortunately, it appears that I did most of the killing on my team. So maybe if they had performed better, or I had performed better, we could have won this match. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this crack and fail video. If you did, hit that like button. I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Have a good one.